Hey everybody, I am Jason, and on this episode of Brett's Brick Builds, got another creator kit. We've got Off-road Buggy, kit number 31123, and Brett's still working on his art installation project. He's keeping that a secret. He's giving us a clue. The only thing he's given us is the word BlackRock, and he said not to do with the investment company, so still kind of in the dark about it, but he promises we'll see it. So it says it's something to do with costumes. So still not quite sure what he's got going on, but he's a man of his word. I'm sure he'll let us know what he's done when he's done it. But we're going to go ahead and we will jump right into this one. Oh, excuse me. Opened up here. Looking like this one doesn't have too many decals, if any, which always makes me happy. Knife out of the way there. Dump her out. It looks to be, as per the other creator kits that we've done, is that we've got a book for each three. We're going with the buggy first, so we will leave the buggy book out. A lot of dust from the package there. Get that away here. And let's go ahead and get our bags opened up. There. One bag. One sub bag. There. And another sub bag. Separate it out. Into the garbage with the leftover bag. And let's see what we got here. Got a buggy. Starting out with a 2x2. This is doing this build on what's the date? I guess it would be July 31st. Just saw that Paul Rubens had died, which is a big shocker. I grew up when I did. Here's Big Adventure. That was a big, I'm not gonna say like life-changing movie or anything, but that movie was one of them ones where it's like you're kind of your introduction, you're kind of getting your comedy feet under you. Some of the weirdness on that film was greatly appreciated by myself, being kind of a weird kid with a weird sense of humor to begin with. Finding out a lot of the stuff people are watching, what other kids weren't watching. Not a lot of kids watching SCTV that was coming up. But I would highly recommend, if you've never watched anything of SCTV, if you're on the YouTube, there's lots of clips of that show on there. If you want to see Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy before show about a creek. I'm sure you know the show I'm talking about, but for censorship purposes, I'm not going to say the name of the show other than it starts with an S and it ends with a creek. But anyway, that's greatly surprised to see as he had passed away. Disappointing yet. Look like we're making the lower rocker panel. I would be betting if I was a betting man. The same thing on the other side. luckily, last week I recorded early during the week. It's kind of hit or miss on when I'm able to actually record for the channel. So when I recorded for it last week, I was like, you're kind of recording early, but at least where I live at, we had a bunch of storms and stuff roll through and knock the power out. Long story short, it was a good thing I had recorded early and was able to upload, because if not, I don't think I would have been able to get my videos up last week. So, I think, at least in our part of the country here, where it's previously been just blazing hot, it's finally relaxed a little to just normal hot for the summertime. Female hinge piece going on. We can see not really a lot to show you yet, but kind of keep you in the loop on where we're at on the build. One of 2 green. Slightly lighter greens going on the back here. Got a bunch of new sets I picked up the other day. I'll be able to be getting into here in the next few weeks. Excuse me. I know tomorrow's a big release. August 1st is a release day for all the LEGO sets. These ones with a round gray. Normal background neighborhood noise, which I, as always, apologize for. If I could do something about it, I would, but I can't. So that whole story. So thanks for an understanding with that. Imagine that hook on the front's probably gonna be something for a push bar. Exhaust pipes. Straight out the back. There we are. Here. I don't think I've ever seen this piece before. Sorry about that. Had to put a quick edit in there. Kind of old tickle in the throat. I just couldn't clear it. Had to go and get a drink and kind of edit a break in there as best I could. So if you didn't notice it, I guess I shouldn't have mentioned that I did it. If you did notice it, my apologies. Here. a grill piece. Oh, going on the side here. 1x1 flat. And another one of the pieces of the hook there. We'll flip it around and do the same on this side. I've never actually driven an actual Dune buggy. I've never driven a side-by-side either. There was, way back in the day, Honda had a thing called the Odyssey. And by Odyssey, I'm not talking about the minivan. I'm talking before side-by-sides or like, you know, a one-piece four-wheel drive off-road vehicle. I'm not talking a quad. I'm talking a like a inside of a roll cage vehicle. Honda made a thing back in the day called the Odyssey, and it was like a one-man. You know, at the time it was a one-man off-road dune buggy, basically. And I know probably most of you haven't seen one, but or saw one. Saw. I never get that right. I was an engineering major, not an English major. I apologize. But they had, I remember seeing it. I kind of remembering it back in the day, and then just a couple of years back, that's probably about 10 years now, 8-10 years now, where I go dirt bike riding at, I went, and there was a guy there, had an old antique one. He was real cool. I went over and checked it out. If you're looking for something interesting to look up the history on, look up, I guess it's Honda Odyssey Off-road, Honda Odyssey Dune Buggy. Kind of ahead of its time thing. They didn't really catch on. I don't think they made them for too long. But give you a look where we're at here. Got most of the, it's going to be the body constructed. Got our pipes out the back and our front end, and then we've got the bottom chassis coming along nicely. But anyway, seeing that Honda Odyssey was just kind of one of those that was ahead of its time. Just seeing this little buggy kind of reminded me of it a little bit, and that's why it made me think of it. And I remember, like I said, I never did, but my uncle, who was a motorcycle guy from like the beginning, back in that great 1960s, early 70s, I guess you call it Japanese invasion of the motorcycle. Invasion of kind of like heavy metal invasion happened, but he drove one. He said they would just, you know, the suspensions weren't there back then. He said his recollection of it was fun, but they just beat you to death the whole time you were driving them. So that's my limited knowledge of the actual the Honda Odyssey. But that one guy who brought that one that I was looking at, I mean, his was, I don't know where you even find parts at, but it was restored. It was probably one that wasn't used much to begin with. Probably got pushed to like the back of a garage or something, and then just sat there forever. And that's how it wound up being in such good shape. Because unfortunately, the thing about off-road stuff is they get used much, pretty much get beaten up. So that's your useless Honda off-road vehicle ahead of its time knowledge for you. This episode we have going on today. These here. I'm not quite sure what we're doing with all these here. I'm not going to cheat and look at the box. I'm not sure what's going on with all this stuff. And then support structure and spacing is all I can see happening here. I guess. Flip that around. There we are. Push that over to there. And now we will get to, looks to be the roof of the buggy. Oh, I see what's going on. It's going to be too wide. Okay. I was looking at that going, how are we going to accomplish this with that? I see now. I see. See song. See song. Here we go. Black 1x3s. This over. There. Green there, and a white coming back. I'm gonna go with lights on there. One light, two lights. Honor of the Count. Or however he does it. Let's see here, this one. Let's see where these are gonna go. Oh, we're hooking into two different things here. Okay. So we're gonna hook in here. And we're gonna bring these down to up and kind of meet everything together. Headlights adjusted again. Or roof lights. I don't know if it's got actual headlights. There we are. Top sideline. Head on. Headlights on the top. And I think we're going to probably be doing something motor-wise out the rear, but we shall see. Another sub-assembly. Sub-assembling it all. Sub-assembly into a main assembly. Sub-assemblies are... Used to work at a place where we made parts for car washes. It was always interesting to see people. I was an engineer. I worked in the office, but I also worked in the shop if they were short-handed. I was out in the shop and you'd be working on stuff, and you know, it had like the delivery date, and then when the product was due, they'd be coming out of the office going, oh boy, doesn't look like much is going on. Just a lot of parts laying all around, and then it's like the things would come together in like the last 10 minutes, I swear. You put them together and all the sub pieces would go on it, and then it was like, oh, now it looks like something. The same happening here. I think that's other. There we go. Okay. What do we have here? Oh, I think these are going to wind up being another set of lights going on. I think, maybe. Or maybe they're just supposed to represent the mirror. Apparently just representing the mirrors, and the next set of lights is going on the aforementioned grill on the front. Or not grill, push bar. That's what I wanted to say, push bar. Got our 4 wheels. The wheels we're going on these. We're going to go with the push through the wrong way. The hollow side's down toward the back. Watch that right in my belly. There we go. It's a long walk on a short pier to get those lined up right. Got the first one done. simplistic, bare bones look. Oh, okay. I was just going to say we got a lot of those left over. I wonder why. But that's why. They're going to be like the center caps on the wheels. Put on. There. Spare parts we will shove over to there. And another complete. That is. It's really got a stanced angle to it there. That is it. That is kit number 31123, LEGO Creator Off-road Buggy. Here where you guys can see her better. Rear wing really wants to move around on it. Not a big fan of that actually. But get myself stood up so I'm not trying to lean over and see what you're seeing. So we got just moving around. The other side. So maybe by the stance how high the front road tires are and the rear. If it was real off-road, it'd be dragging all over the place. I wouldn't want that set up. There's a toy. Not bad. As a younger fella, I think that was a pretty slick build. So that's going to be it for this week's build. I want to thank you for stopping by. As I said, Brett will be back. He's working on his costumes for his art project in Black Rock. So whatever that's all, probably have to investigate and see what's going on with that. But I'm sure he's going to let us know. In the meantime, I'm Jason. And for Brett and Jason on Brett's Brick Builds, you can go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. I mean, it's YouTube. You pretty much know how it all works. But what that like and subscribe will do, it'll give you a tie-in to the algorithm. It'll let you follow more videos if you like this kind of stuff. Go ahead and give it a like. If you don't like it, go ahead and I guess I don't know what to tell you. Maybe tell somebody you don't like. See if you can work an end around on them and get them stuck watching this channel. But I want to thank you for stopping by, and we shall see you next time.